My name is H.A. Goodman. I'm an author, columnist, and journalist. And to read my writing and to see my latest CNN appearances and my MSNBC appearances, you can go to hagoodman.com. I'm going to read you two things. First off, and then I'm going to explain why Bernie Sanders doesn't really want to endorse Hillary Clinton. He's being forced to, okay? He was cheated. So number one, the WikiLeaks DNC emails show that from the beginning, Debbie Wasserman Schultz rigged the election, tilted everything in favor of Hillary Clinton. So you talk about an email that tries to paint Bernie as an atheist because he's not Jewish enough. So they were undermining his faith. They tried to share strategies with the media to undermine Bernie, to say that he never had his act together. These are all in the DNC emails. 4 officials, including Wasserman Schultz, were fired. They resigned, quote unquote, but they were really fired. So the whole thing's an absolute mess. He came back from 50 points down in the polls. In some polls, he was up above Clinton, and he was tied in several others. But my point is this. Let's look at what Harry Reid said. So this is a Hill article. Senate Minority Leader Harry Reid says Bernie Sanders never got a fair chance from the Democratic National Committee. Quote, Bernie had a real movement out there, and it wasn't right to treat him that way, Reid said Wednesday from the Democratic National Convention in Philadelphia, according to the Huffington Post. I knew everybody knew this was not a fair deal. Reid said outgoing DNC chairwoman wasn't impartial. So Reid said outgoing DNC chairwoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz was not impartial during the Democratic primary. So when you look at the fact that even, and this is an article in the Hill, Reid, DNC never gave Sanders a fair deal. Even Harry Reid, Senate Minority Leader Harry Reid, even Harry Reid admits that the election was rigged. Number one, there's no outcry, there's no outrage. People are just, well, you know what, it was rigged, and that's politics, and I guess you got to, vote for Hillary. You just got to do it. You can't have Trump. Trump is a friend of Hillary Clinton. Donald Trump goes golfing with Bill Clinton. Donald Trump invited both Bill and Hillary to his wedding. If he's a madman, this racist madman, why did Hillary Clinton hang out with Donald Trump at his wedding? Is it the same reason that Clinton takes prison lobbyist donations? Why did Hillary Clinton take prison lobbyist money? I'll never wrap my brain around that. If somebody can explain why she took prison lobbyist donations in 2015, that would be great. But when you look at the fact that Bernie Sanders not only was cheated, the DNC WikiLeaks emails show Bernie was cheated. The only reason that Hillary is even up in the polls is because Donald Trump helps her in every single way. Donald Trump is one of her attributes now. Donald Trump is actually a positive attribute of Hillary Clinton, the most positive attribute. She's not honest. 70% of Americans, almost 70%, view her to be not honest and trustworthy. She has the Iraq vote. She pushed for the bombing of Libya, which was President Obama's worst mistake. She pushed for the coup in Honduras as Secretary of State. She had a year-long FBI criminal investigation where she put top-secret information on an unguarded private server where James Comey said it should never have been there. Classified information was marked. How she believed that she could do business using an unguarded private server that the State Department has its own investigation now. So there's another email investigation nobody's talking about. They're only talking about that idiot Trump's dumb tweets. But when you look just on July 25th, this is a Politico article, 538 election forecast shows Trump ahead. Just last week or a week and a half ago, Donald Trump was ahead. Now you talk about a post-convention bump. There are Bernie supporters, the Bernie delegates left the convention. There was zero unity at that convention. There are angry, frustrated, unhappy people who normally vote Democrat throughout the country. Millions of people, okay? Bernie or bust is not some marginal group. Jill Stein voters are not a marginal group. The Green Party is growing. Frustration is growing. And when you look at the fact that 538 election forecast shows Trump ahead, July 25th, 2016, political analyst Nate Silver's latest forecast has Republican nominee Donald Trump with a 15 percentage point greater chance of beating presumptive Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton if the election were held today, according to 538. Silver's nowcast, quote, nowcast, updated with fresh surveys on Monday, shows Trump's current likelihood of winning at 57.5%, compared with Clinton's 42.5%. In the 11 battleground states, Colorado, Virginia, and Michigan would go to Clinton, while Florida, Nevada, New Hampshire, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Iowa would go to Trump. Okay. This was about a week and a half ago. Now everything's changed. Donald Trump helped her out, like he always does, because he's probably a plant. Who knows? Every single time Hillary Clinton is down in the polls, he does something stupid. She shoots up in the polls. Okay, my point to you is this. So I gave you the Harry Reid quote. We talked about the DNC emails. I showed you she's a horrible candidate. She was actually losing to Trump, the possible buffoon in chief, last week or a week and a half ago. The point is this. Bernie Sanders was forced to go ahead and play ball. He's an independent now. Okay, he's no longer a Democrat. But he was forced to play ball because he doesn't want to be the person to give the election to Trump. If he decided to say, the hell with you, I'm not voting for somebody who cheated for me. I'm not pushing for somebody who cheated me. I'm not voting for somebody who stole the election from me, stole the primary from me, who used the DNC as a tool, who used the Democratic Party as a tool to cheat me out of the election. He's not going to say that. Bernie's not going to say that. So when you see an op-ed in the LA Times, or you see Bernie Sanders, or you see even Tulsi Gabbard saying, I'll vote for Clinton, they're not going to be the people because they have political careers. And they're not going to be the people right now. They've done enough. So Bernie, everybody else has done enough. Now it's up to you. If you want to be manipulated by the same DNC that stole the election from Bernie Sanders, fine. If you really fear Trump, fine. Vote your conscience. But Donald Trump's going to go golfing with Bill. Believe me, if he loses the election, they're golfing buddies. Look it up. Go to Google. Go to the Google. Look at the pictures. Golfs with Michael Bloomberg, Rudy Giuliani, Donald Trump. There are pictures of them golfing. They're friends. They go to each other's weddings. Their families are friends. This is an entire, not only a charade and a facade, but they're pulling one over on you, me, the entire country. So when I say that Bernie Sanders doesn't want to endorse Hillary Clinton, deep in his heart, he was mistreated. He probably has gone through more than you could ever imagine in terms of battling a machine. And that machine went after him. They went after his supporters. They went after Bernie's supporters throughout the country. They went after me. They probably went after you. They called you sexist. They called you Bernie bros. They called you the Tea Party of the left. They said you were extremists. You were violent. You threw chairs in Nevada. Of course, nobody could ever find a picture, a video of the thrown chair. You were violent, extremists, everything to marginalize you. Correct the Record spends $1 million just to troll you. Donald Trump is against the TPP, and he's less militant than Hillary Clinton, yet he's the one who will start World War III. He's friends with Putin, yet he's the one who will start World War III. How does that work? How is that even logical? So you're worried about somebody starting World War III who's actually friends with Putin? No, none of this makes sense. Hillary Clinton was careless, extremely careless and negligent with classified information, top secret information, special access program intelligence. If anyone is loose cannon, it's Clinton, and nobody cares. Nobody cares she cheated Bernie. Nobody cares that she had a year-long FBI criminal investigation. Nobody cares that the Clinton Foundation is now, the IRS is looking into it. Nobody cares that the Republicans are going after her for perjury, for the Benghazi, for lying to the Benghazi committee. She had multiple servers. Nobody cares about her judgment or about the fact that she laughed at a child rapist passing a polygraph. She laughed at him passing the polygraph, even in the Snopes article. That's in the Snopes article. She laughed at that, yes. So when people say, well, she didn't laugh at the outcome of the trial, and she just had to take that case. No, she didn't have to take the case. She didn't have to take that case. This is a women's rights advocate. She defended a child rapist. And then she laughed at the polygraph of him passing a polygraph because she knew he was lying. She's lied her entire career. Close to 70% of Americans find her not honest and trustworthy. The point, though, is this. At the end of the day, if you are voting for Hillary Clinton out of fear, believe me, there's more to fear from Hillary Clinton. Donald Trump is an absolute buffoon. Everything he has done up until this point, because he's already won the Republican nomination. So right now, you're finding out who Donald Trump really is. He had her on the ropes, and he did everything. Nate Silver, 538, said he would have won if the election were held a week and a half ago. This is all pointing out to be some kind of very bizarre, almost surreal type of situation where the most unqualified candidate in Hillary Clinton, nobody trusts Clinton, favorability numbers just like Donald Trump's. She has scandal after scandal. The decision-making speaks for itself, from Iraq to Libya to Honduras to owning a private server to the fact that neoconservatives are backing her, to the fact that she's lying about the Trans-Pacific Partnership. If you vote for her out of fear or because Bernie said vote for her, just know one thing. Bernie Sanders, in my humble opinion, is probably feeling cheated right now. He's probably feeling that he was mistreated, that he was cheated, and that he's playing ball with the DNC. He doesn't want to be the person to give this election to Trump. Trump, we'll see what takes place in the next couple of months. We'll see how stupid he is. And we'll see how well he does in terms of, or we'll see what he does to help Hillary Clinton further. Let's look at the debates. The debates are going to happen soon. Let's see what he eventually, if he fights Clinton, if he asks relevant questions, if he attacks Clinton politically, or if he, for some reason, gives her the debate. We'll see, because he's already giving up the polls to her right now. He was up. He put his foot in his mouth. Could it be to help Clinton because she's such a flawed candidate and there's something going on there? Who knows? The point is, Bernie Sanders, I can't speak for him, obviously, but it just doesn't seem that he's the type of person who would want to advocate another politician who cheated him and who did everything possible to undermine him, to discredit him, and to harm his supporters. And all the people who donated money to Bernie, the DNC owes them that money back. I'll leave it at that. Give me your thoughts below. I know I was rambling. There's a whole lot of things going on. Every Bernie supporter, real Bernie supporter out there has so many emotions going on. And I know that I was all over the place this segment. But you have Harry Reid saying that it was essentially a rigged election, a rigged Democratic primary. You have Trump just a week and a half ago beating Hillary Clinton. And then suddenly he puts his foot in his mouth. Could it be on purpose, or is he that stupid? Who knows? What we do know is that there's no way Bernie Sanders believes that Clinton is qualified. So I'll leave it at that. Give me your thoughts below. To my amazing subscribers, thank you so much for listening.